Alright, here's something I gotta talk about before I forget. Wage slavery. Ooh. Wage slavery is a term, cited by socialists and communists to describe workers that are getting paid for their labor, but since they're not getting paid enough, it's slavery. Ooh. And I'm here to say that term is bullshit. Why? Because the definition of slavery is forced labor, you're not getting paid, okay? So, if you're getting paid, it's not slavery, period. And, it can still be forced labor, which is still wrong, like jury duty. But it's not slavery. And workers working voluntarily for a wage isn't slavery at all. They're getting paid, and it's voluntary, so definitely not slavery. But they use the term anyway to say, they're not getting paid enough. That's so wrong. The employer exploits the employee. That's wrong. Employees should get some of that profit from the company. Well, here's why that doesn't work, okay? The employer has to make all the profit for the company because he started the company, okay? Employees got what they asked for, and that was a wage, along with any benefits the employer's willing to give them, to trade them for their labor. Okay, they shouldn't get a wage. It's for the employer who gave them jobs in the first place, who invested capital and risked failure into the company in the first place. They shouldn't give the workers the wages. They shouldn't give the workers the profits, okay? That's for the guy that started the whole damn shebang. And the wages are for the workers that make the whole shebang possible. That's what they get. They're not getting nothing. They're getting paid. So basically, when communists cry, wage slavery, they're basically bitching about getting paid. That's stupid. Also saying wage slavery is an insult to actual slaves. Like the African ones back in the 1800s and before, that didn't get paid and were forced into it. They ain't getting a penny for this labor, and it was forced, and it sucked. African kings would sell slaves to the white people or European settlers, maybe to be more descriptive and more politically correct, maybe, I don't know, I don't feel like I should just call them white people for some reason. So Africans would sell other Africans to European settlers as slaves, and then they get taken on terrible conditions boat ride from Africa to America, or even to Europe, to work for free, by force, under bad conditions also. Slaves would get whipped up, like this guy, and look at his back. Looks like over tenderized meat or something. I don't know. It looks bad. That's just for being a slave. That's not for rape or murder. That's not for robbery or kidnapping. That's just for being a slave. They feel the need to whip them. Like if they disobey or underperform, they whip them. And you're calling these people that get voluntarily paid, that aren't getting whipped or tortured in any way, wage slaves. Come on now. Workers don't necessarily only get paid. They can get employee benefits. They can even get some products for free of the company they work for that they make. Like In-N-Out Burger offers free meals for people that work there. And Insomniac Games, some of the games which I own, such as the Ratchet and Clank series, I own nearly all the Ratchet and Clank games made by Insomniac Games, or they give you, they give you free food, they give you, what are links in the description? They give you, free food, they have company events, they have like a giant chessboard and other giant game boards and studio get more than just money working for them. That's great. It's great to get more than just money for working for someone. And even if you only get money, well, hey, at least you're getting paid. So you're not working for nothing, like these wage slave claimers act like you are. They act like you aren't getting paid. They act like you are being exploited. They act like you're nothing when you're part of what makes the company possible in the first place. So what are they on about? Sure, not everyone gets paid the same, of course. Not everyone gets paid a lot. And maybe some people could get paid more, but it's not slavery. And some companies voluntarily increase the wages for their employees, okay? So quit acting like they're never ever gonna get paid more, that nobody who works for employers is never ever gonna get paid more. Cause that's stupid, cause some people have to get paid more, gotta pay more. So yeah, that's why wage slavery is stupid. And if it's voluntary trade, I really don't see how the workers are being exploited. Sure, they're not getting as much as the profiteer, the employer, the entrepreneur, but that's normal. That's okay. That's to be expected, because that's all they're supposed to get is a wage, at least, for voluntary agreeing to work for them, and the employer is supposed to reap the rewards and the profits because, well, he started the damn company in the first place. I think he should get something for it. I've seen comments saying the worker should get all of the profits. Well then, what the hell is in it for the employer then? He starts his company, the employers get all the profits. Where's his cut of the action? Which he started in the first place. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about this wage slavery. That isn't even slavery in the first place. So, yeah.